Okay, we're in the back of the RK1UP. This one is the 3B Plus. That was the old one that didn't have the fan. This one had the fan. The temperature is very nice, very good, and you don't really need to put it in any special case. It only meant it come with the bottom plate to keep it from touching the bottom. And the hard drive, you will have to mount it, same way you mount this, and just put it on the sides. There's no special way to do this. Okay. So this one I'm going to do a shutdown using the shutdown button. Yeah, I might as well. Okay. I'm going to use the shutdown button. Shut the. See, you can hear the sound is shutting down. Okay. So wait for a few minutes. See the power of the hard drive. It went down. Let me check the other side. Make sure. Yeah, it's off. So I'm just going to power it off. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is put the Raspberry Pi 4B. Okay. This is the one that have the extra chips on here on top, and this is the blue and black, which is different from Raspberry Pi 3B. Okay. So this is Raspberry Pi 3B, and this is 4B plus, not plus, 4B 4GB. Okay, and we already went to the video of trying to figure out how you tell based on these chips. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and plug this in. I finally got the power in, so let me go ahead and unplug that, and I'll show you what did I purchase to make this work, because the video adapter is different. So unplug this controller. Let me see which one. This is controller 2. This is controller 1. And then this other one is for trackball, and this one is for the hard drive. Okay. Now, well, that's going to be interesting, because this is what is powering up the computer, but it's not using this. It's using a C. So I have to get a converter, convert this to a C. Another issue, another problem. All right, so let me unplug this, and we have to move all this over in order to get the. Tell you what, I'm not going to use a power shutdown. I'm just going to skip it. I just want to test the hard drive. So, and I'm not going to move the fan over either. I just want to see if it boot up from a hard drive or not. That's the whole idea of this test. Because this one I'm going to leave it as a Raspberry Pi 3B. Okay. So now we want to know if it will power up the hard drive. And this is supposed to give it a power to the Raspberry Pi. But since I don't have a converter with me right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take the Pi, okay, and plug into a special cable. Now the cable I have is, I bought one that is this kind of connection, micro HDMI. It's called micro HDMI. It's a little bit different than the micro that we use, but it's not mini either. Mini is thicker than this one, and this one is thicker than micro, the regular micro plug. So if you was to look at this, it's bigger, thicker than the. Let me see if I can zoom in this. You can see better. See, it's a little bit thicker. So the plug is a little bit thicker than the original micro. Okay. So this is going to go to Raspberry Pi. Now, since I already have an HDMI, I got another adapter which I bought. They're the same price, $7.98. This one came with 2, and they both cables support 4K, the adapter. So this one came with 2 adapters, which is pretty cool, and it also is gold plated. Okay. So both of them gold plated. That one came with the cable, and this one do not. So if you don't if you already have a cable plugged into the TV, which I already did, I don't feel like unplugging it. I just go ahead and plug this TV converter, plug it to the regular, and convert it to, if I could put it in the white. Okay, this is TV converter, converted into the micro for the Raspberry Pi. So you need a Raspberry Pi converter. So those of you who, okay, this is HDMI 1.0. So this is the first one. So I'm gonna plug this to the first one. This is the second one. So you wanna plug it to the primary one. And then I'm gonna plug the hard drive into the faster speed, because this is a 3.0 and I want this to run 3.0 speed. Now the joystick, I'm gonna plug, see, I don't know which one is the first one, which one is the top one. I don't know, is the first one is on top or second one on top, I don't know. We'll find out pretty soon. So I'm gonna plug my first joystick, I guess, to the bottom, and the second joystick to the top. Let me see if that's correct. And then this one is the trackball. I guess I could use that for trackball, it doesn't matter. Alright, but definitely hard drive I want to plug into the hard drive. So now everything's plugged in except the power. Now I already purchased the power cable, remember? And this one is made for Raspberry Pi. So I'm going to plug the C connection, power C connection to here. So I'm not using the power that came from the Pi, okay? So the Pi itself have its own hard drive. So that way it won't reduce the, what you call it? So it won't reduce the power that's coming in, because this use a lot of power. So it have its own separate power. So you could get a hard drive that have its own power, and then it will work with Raspberry Pi. And then you just plug the USB into here. Okay, so that means I have to turn the power on for the USB, for the hard drive. That's the hard drive. Now I need to turn the power on for my Raspberry Pi, which is this one. Okay, so in a few moments we will know if Pi 4 will recognize the hard drive. Never put a SD card in this. Don't have SD card. SD card is empty. See, right here in the back. There's no SD card in there. Will it boot up to a hard drive? So now I did use a power shutdown. So I don't know, that will create a problem, because I use the shutdown motion, the shutdown command. So I don't know that they need to, I shouldn't have used that shutdown. Now I don't know, is it, because when you do shutdown, you have to otherwise it won't come back up. Because the script is told to stay shut down. So I might have to move this pin over 5 and 6. 5 and 6, and then the LED light. So the green is the 5. Green is the 5. So I need to go ahead and shut all this down. Try to put this back on, because I used the power shutdown, and now it won't come up if I don't plug this back in. Okay, so bear with me. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 down, 1, 3, and 5. Okay, and then the blue one. Now I don't know, this one defective. Remember when I was trying to test the fan, it won't light up, and this is the first time I have Raspberry Pi 4, so I don't know, is it supposed to, not supposed to power up because it never have any script run on it. I don't know. So this one would be, what be the, would be number, this is for LED light, and then the last one 39. So this would be 39, and then this would be what behind to give a LED light color for the button. So when you press the button, it will come up. Alright, so let's try again. Power on, power on. I should have powered the hard drive first. Alright, let's push the button. See that the light does come on. So I don't think it's gonna work. So we power off, on, yeah, I don't think the hard drive is gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to a SD card because Pi 4 is not supported with the boot up to the hard drive. So let me grab an SD card. This is the Pi Kitchen Pi, 256 gigabyte. So we're gonna try that. Yeah, it's not booting up to the hard drive at all. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. I don't know if anything got to do with that. It have to come, the power come from here or not, but I doubt it. You know, so, but let me go ahead and power the Raspberry Pi 4B off, and then turn the hard drive off and keep it off. So let me get the Raspberry power off first. Where's Raspberry? Okay, turn the Raspberry power off and turn the hard drive off, and then unplug the hard drive. So we're not using the hard drive. And then I'm gonna put the micro SD card, which is made for Pi 3 Plus. It's not made for Pi 4, but it should work anyway. So I'm put the 256 gig in here and see if it even boot up. My worry is I don't know if this is defected Raspberry Pi or not, because it never, you know, last time when I tried to plug the fan in here, it didn't light up. So that kind of got me worried. Alright, so let's turn the Raspberry Pi on with just a plain kitchen sink image, and let's see if it boot up. So still no sound, no nothing. Okay, turn it off, turn it back on. Okay, let's use a different image. Let's use the motion blue that we just created. Let's get rid of this pin thing because I don't know, is it creating a problem right now. Let's try turn it on without the pin, see what happens. Let's go ahead and get that 120 gig SD card. Okay, so far it's not working, so we're gonna put the motion blue in here and get rid of the 256 gigabyte. This is a brand new SD card, never done anything to it, so it should at least boot it up. It doesn't seem to work. I wonder it got to do with the, maybe you need to be on the other one. All right, let's try again. So it doesn't look like it's gonna work. So let me go ahead and grab a Raspberry Pi image from the Raspberry Pi site and burn a new image on it and see if it even boot up to it, because apparently it's not booting up at all. Booting up from an SD card, but it's made for Raspberry Pi 3B, so it's not working with the Raspberry Pi 4. There's no even any power given to the controller. It's not even booting up. Alright, let's go back and do that on the computer.